Smalling for Star Casino Sport. Hi, Chris.
Piacere.
Piacere. Ah, okay. Do you want in Italian an interview or not?
La prossima volta.
Prossima, okay,
Sì.
okay, next time. Next time. Okay, Chris, when you arrived here in Rome, you became immediately one of the leaders of the team. What did you feel and what do you feel now?
Yeah, it was a great feeling,
Yeah.
I think, when to join, especially a big club like this, but to be able to settle so quickly and to feel the love from the fans and the other players was a special feeling, and it's a large reason why I'm still at Rome now.
Yes, and what does it mean for you to play with Rome and for the SC Roma? Because you know that playing here is very different from anywhere else.
Yeah,
know?
very much so. Even where I was before, like in Manchester, there's many other teams around, whereas in Rome, there's a big proportion that are Roma fans. I think obviously you have the blue side, but I only really meet the Roma side.
Do you feel a little pressure or not?
No, I think in good moments it's good to have the pressure. I think that pressure to win, that pressure to deliver. I think that's what good players thrive on.
Last year was great for you.
Yeah.
Very great.
No, it was. I think to be able to finish the season with a trophy and to be able to play a major part was a great feeling.
As you say before, do you know that the SC Roma fans are so special, are crazy for the team?
They really are. I think
Yeah.
it's you don't see it in Italy. Many other teams, our stadium's sold out every game. Whoever we're playing against, whether they're near the bottom, at the top, every game is sold out, and it's incredible to have a following like that.
Yeah, and they practically they adopt you.
Yeah.
Yes, because you seems like a Romano and Romanista, as we say, no? You look like Romano and Romanista. Chris Smalling is Romano Romanista, but you're English, so...
Yeah, no, it's great that they can take, like you say, someone who's not Italian and outside of Rome and really take them in their hearts. And likewise for myself, I think I feel very at home, also my family as well, in terms of how welcoming whenever we go anywhere. It's just, it's a real family club.
Your child.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's spent more time in Italy than in England, and he's really enjoying being here as well. So yeah, the experience is great.
The SC Roma fans, I think you know, they went crazy for you scream, when you scream, Dai Roma, after the second goal against Milan.
Yes.
Do you know?
Yeah. No, I did see the video, and I think in those moments it's just everything just comes out, and like you say, having been a part of Rome for so long now, I think it's only usual that these things are said on a daily basis.
Yes, tell me about Jose Mourinho, your coach. How is your relationship with him?
Yeah, obviously I knew him previously, and we had successes in Manchester, so it was nice to have a familiar face, and also the coaching staff were very familiar in terms of when I came, so I knew that a born winner was coming to Rome, and it didn't take him long to obviously bring a trophy that had been long waiting. So my relationship with him is great.
It's great.
Yeah, I was able to play and be successful in England with him, and now I'm able to do that in Italy. So
he won everything.
Yeah, and he's somebody who's won everything. He has the appetite to keep winning. He's not really satisfied on one trophy. So this is the mentality that's needed here.
This is the secret, I think.
Exactly.
The key to win.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Finding a way to win, whether you're playing well, playing not, or even in those last sort of 5-10 minutes where his experience is valuable to us. So we need more of that.
And what did you help Tammy Abraham to settle down here in Rome?
Yeah, I think obviously we spoke before he came, because obviously we're very close. But for him, I think showing him a few different places to go and settling in. But equally, I think he found it very easy to settle in as well, because I mean, as we know, he hit the ground running with many goals, and I think he felt the love, he felt the joy of living in Rome, and I think it made it very easy for him to have such a support around him.
You speak with him many times?
Yeah, we're sat next to each other in the changing room, and we speak a lot, I think.
Because Rome is different from London.
Yeah, very much so, and I think we're both enjoying finding different parts of Rome, finding new places and experiencing Rome and Italy. So we've both had very good experiences, and long may that continue.
And tell me about Matic, because you played with Nemanja Matic in Manchester United too.
Yes.
And he's brought here in Rome all this experience.
Yes, I remember when we were linked with him, obviously towards the end of last season, and I knew the quality that he brings, the calmness in midfield, and he's obviously I guess, the glue that sticks us together from defence to attack, and you can see his qualities. He's really showing that. So to be able to play with someone who I'm obviously familiar with and somebody I know can bring a lot of qualities to the team.
And all his experience.
Exactly,
in
yeah.
Europe, yeah.
Exactly, and he's also, I mean, Jose, I think has signed him 3 times now, so we can say he's his dad. So, and he's obviously won a lot with Jose as well. So it's another winning mentality brought to our club.
And who is the hardest striker to stop in Serie A?
In Serie A?
Yeah.
There's many different types. Vlahovic.
Osimhen
is also another. I think those two, they have the strength and also the skill and the pace.
Yes. They are different, Vlahovic
yeah,
and Osimhen.
No, they are, and yeah, they can be quiet for say 8 to 9 minutes, and all they need is one chance just to punish you. So yeah, they're two who they're obviously young and they're obviously going to have good careers.
Okay, and the stronger defender in Serie A? Than you, obviously, than you. Yeah.
That's very kind. There's many in Italy. I think that's what, especially in Italian football, is brought up on that organisational skill and those defenders and being as tight as a unit. And we're obviously blessed to have many at this club as well who are younger as well, who are coming through. So to choose the defenders. And there's many, I mean, especially over the years, you've had Bonucci, etc.
Kim play very well.
Kim plays very
well.
Yes,
it's a surprise.
Yeah, no, I must say he's been super impressive, especially when you come from a league and you're a bit unknown. But yeah, full credit to him. He's also playing really well.
Yes, play very well. Can you tell us your beginning, because you have a particular story? In a certain moment of your life, you stopped to play at professional level.
Yeah,
It's true?
Yeah, it's true. So when I was younger, I was at Millwall, which is a London club, and I was playing there from maybe under 11s to under 15s. And then I lived quite far away from there, so I was missing a lot of the trainings and ultimately not developing as quick as I'd like because I was missing a lot. So then I ended up going into sort of school, doing my A-levels, and then from 16 to 18, I was playing just sort of non-league football with Maidstone, and then always had that ambition to be a footballer, but I was being realistic in that I was very far away from the top clubs like Roma, etc. So I was just more focusing on my studies and ultimately playing football as just something that I was always going to play wherever I was, at Manchester or in a lower league club. And then, I got the break very, very late in terms of sort of 18, 19 when I finished my A-levels and I was about to go to university. And then I got offered 2 trials. So I feel like I was going to go to university. I was planning it with my friends. We were going to go on one holiday all together and then we were going off to different universities. And then I got these 2 trials and I thought, well, I've got nothing to lose. So
did you like study?
Yes, yeah. So I finished my A-levels, I got my 3 A-levels, and then I was going to university to study financial economics. So I was literally already set in terms of that, and then these 2 trials just came at me, Middlesbrough and Fulham, and then I thought, let's give it a go, and then both of them offered me contracts. So yeah, that was a big surprise, but I think it helped in terms of the fact that I already had a plan in terms of going to university, and then there wasn't so much pressure on the trials. I didn't put so much pressure on myself, and ultimately I think that helped to perform better.
And arrived the first Fulham and after Manchester.
Yes. So Fulham. So I went there for a trial for maybe 3-4 days, and then I played in a reserve game, and Roy Hodgson was the manager at the time, and he was watching from his office balcony, and then straight after the game he called me into the office, which was surreal because I was playing with the reserves, and then the first team manager's asking me to come into his office, and he was just, we had a nice chat, and he was saying he'd love to sign me, and he also played for Maidstone, the non-league team, which was small world. And then I went up to Middlesbrough for a week as well, but then I chose Fulham, and then it was pretty surreal. Yeah. After 1 season in the reserves, and then I started to get my opportunities in the first team.
Wow, fantastic. And how did you become a vegan, Chris? Because Novak Djokovic, do you know Novak Djokovic? The incredible tennis player, number 1 of ranking ATP, said that being vegan is a sort of way of life. Yeah,
no, I would agree with that. I think, especially because it's not just, I guess, food focused, then I think you are looking for plant-based options, but then equally it then expands into your daily life in terms of some of your choices or some things that you wear, etc., how things are made. So yeah, I think it just makes you a little bit more conscious in terms of other elements, but equally it depends how you feel, and each has their own way.
Well, it's good, very, very good. And do you like Rome? I suppose yes.
Yes.
The city, yes.
Yeah,
do
yeah.
you have a favorite place or monuments?
It's difficult. I think that's the beauty of Rome. There's so much to do. You can go into the center and you can see all of the attractions, which we've also done. And then equally, you can just come out the center and you can go for nice walks. I mean, we love to go. Caffarella is one of our places that we like to take the dogs. And then equally, you can equally go down to the sea, which is not too far away as well. So. Yeah. Yeah, we don't have a shortage of people wanting to come over to England, come from over England and to stay at ours, because everybody loves Rome, and I think we're loving Rome as well.
We say in Rome, Rome is big beauty. Big beauty.
Yeah,
yes.
No, I would really agree. I think with that, I think you can drive around in the day and see the things, and then at night, how well things are lit up as well. I think, yeah, Rome is. I'd never been to Rome before I came here. So to be able to experience,
wow.
No, it was the first time.
So the first time when you play,
yeah,
it was. Play in Rome?
Yeah, it was the first time. I'd had many friends who had come here before and said so many great things, but we never got around to it. And then now to be able to live it, see it, experience it, do different things, yeah, we're loving Rome.
Can you tell us about Football Beyond Borders?
Yes, so Football Beyond Borders.
A good thing, yeah.
Yeah, it was something that. Many years ago, I got introduced to the founder, Jasper, and he was doing sort of great work within London and in Brixton, which is an area that really needed help in terms of the schools and the kids, and to be able to bring them focus. And he realised that football is often a common passion of many kids. Yeah. So to be able to try and think of a way of bringing that along with school. And yeah, he came up with a great method in terms of different schools, and they come up with different programs, and they obviously have rewards in terms of football, but then at the same time, they're helping them to really focus on different projects. So they work with them for over a long spell, and they'll do different projects where there might be 8 of them, and they'll all have different parts of it, and it's about working with a team and learning. And then from there, we sort of expanded it up to Manchester, to north of Manchester, and when we go around the different schools and we speak to some of the teachers, and they just say how changed they've been in terms of, because some of these kids are some of the most troubled kids and who are perceived as, so we say troublemakers, but ultimately they've all got their own story. They all have their own struggles, but hearing the progress of some of these kids, of how far they've come, is just full credit to Football Beyond Borders and the team that they really put in place.
You give the opportunity to everyone.
Yeah, no, exactly.
To everyone.
Exactly, that's the beauty of Football Beyond Borders, and they're really growing at a great rate as well, in terms of there are so many different schools who want to also be a part of Football Beyond Borders and bring it into their school. So, no, it's a real passion of mine, and seeing the kids grow, because that's ultimately where our future is.
Okay, Chris, how it's going with Italian?
With Italian, it's going good. Yeah,
it's going good.
Yeah, it should be. It's have difficult ups and downs. I feel like that's the thing of terms of obviously learning a language. But I'm understanding a lot and I can speak elements. But yeah, I am up and down, and there's challenging moments.
It's very difficult, our language.
Yeah, no, I just need to keep pushing. But yeah, at the minute, a little ups and downs.
Okay.
But
up and down, it's okay.
Yeah. Just to keep trying.
With my English, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
For me, so up and down. Do you like music?
Music, yeah.
Yeah.
No, love different music
Italian
and different
music,
sports.
Do you like?
I listen to some, like especially in the changing room. There's different, because we have Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, English. There's a nice blend of Italian, South American music. It's nice to have different cultures in the changing room.
So we say, do you like different sports?
Yes.
What sports?
Yeah, I love sports. Tennis I love, because after football, tennis is probably my next passion. And then rugby and cricket I also love. But yeah, tennis I'm a big fan of.
Okay. So about music, do you know the song Grazie Roma?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay. Do you sing Grazie Roma? For us, for Star Casino Sport?
I'm not much of a singer, I must admit.
Okay.
I'm not much of a singer.
So yes, Dai Roma, it's okay.
Yeah?
Dai Roma.
Dai Roma.
Forever.
Forever. Sempre.
Sempre, sempre. Thank you so much, Chris.
No, it's a pleasure to speak. And then, yeah, next time let's do it in Italian.
Yes, good luck for everything, okay?
Grazie
Dai.
mille.
Dai. Thank you so much.